What's going on, you guys? Jay here, and welcome back to the channel. So don't forget to smash the like button, drop a comment on the way out, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notifications bell to stay informed. Terra Classic is once again in the spotlight as a bold new repeg plan is being pushed forward and finalized, and I can see a lot of the community are rather excited about this. And although a $1 peg does sound promising, we've still got a few challenges that remain. Can USTC actually avoid its past mistakes, and could a $1 peg work in today's market, or is a more innovative approach needed? Let's start with a crucial legal factor with USTC. In the recent SEC versus TFL case, USTC was officially deemed as a security, and this is something that's being overlooked. This judgment has significant implications for the future of any repeg attempt. The question is, how do we ensure USTC isn't classified as a security again? The key lies in creating a stable asset that actually avoids centralization and ensures compliance with regulatory frameworks. The current plan by Ceramic does include a collateralization market module, which they're calling the CMM, an overhaul of the minting process, but how well these mechanisms stand up to the scrutiny in face of the regulatory challenges is yet to be seen. And at the same time, we're also seeing Coinbase delist certain stable assets that don't fall under MiCA regulations. Some of you may have noticed, like I have, across the crypto space, we're actually seeing new stable assets emerging. For example, we looked at Shiba Inu recently and their 1 cent stable asset, but PayPal have also introduced a stable coin. Could USTC benefit from a lower peg, making it easier to maintain the stability we're looking for, whilst also being able to broaden its asset base? Shifting to a 1 cent peg could offer more flexibility, especially if it's supported by a broader and more diverse asset basket. And we've looked at this broader asset basket previously on the channel. This, in fact, could reduce the strain on maintaining that peg that we set out to achieve. This could make USTC more attractive for everyday transactions. We're trying to open more doors here for further integrations across the crypto world. We know that the Cosmos is highly interoperable with many other L1 blockchains, so we're currently in a position where everybody around us is shifting towards stable coins, and we've already got one that's listed on every major exchange. And this is one of the biggest hurdles that any L1 blockchain is going to face when introducing a new stable asset or repegging one. It's those all important listings which are going to provide the utility case where investors can come in and possibly make some money. One of the biggest hurdles for this repeg attempt is the role USTC plays in the current reward system. Right now, USTC forms part of the commission earned by validators and stakers on Terra Classic. But here's the bigger problem. If USTC is left in the commission structure, any repeg attempt will face a flood of USTC being distributed, making the peg impossible to maintain. We can't simply rely on the idea that people are not going to attack the peg. They're not going to try and self-gain from what we're trying to do. So it's quite obvious at this point, USTC needs to be removed from the Oracle pool in order for a repeg attempt to have any kind of certainty. We're talking about cutting validator rewards by 30 to 40%. This is also going to require the community and validators and anyone else that has a vested interest to agree to a permanent pay cut on chain. This is not only an incredible tough sell, but we're also asking the Luna validators who are specifically here for the reward structure, who are not building, developing, deploying, supporting, or doing anything on this chain whatsoever, to take a pay cut in the place that's most important to them. And then we're also overlooking the fact that they've already been burned by the crash, and now they're being burned by TFL's ejection and possible infrastructure shut down. Depending on how this whole USTC repeg is actually packed down, structured, and shipped to the community and validators, could reveal a potential upside. if the repeg is in fact successful. The Oracle pool could eventually be replenished, restoring those lost rewards, just not in USTC, instead having that flow back in Lunar Classic. But again, there's absolutely no guarantees. Validators, especially those wrecked by past events, are unlikely to agree to such a drastic change unless all of the bases are covered and a repeg is guaranteed. And I really do think Lunar Classic is in a position where a repeg could make or break this chain. And I don't ever want to see us in a position where we're running into a gunfight with a spoon. My personal opinion here is we should embrace all of these possible catastrophic events that could possibly plague a repeg of USTC. Because when I look at the current repeg plan, I like it, but again, it misses out on some core components. But the fact it introduces a new token called USTY, which should replace USTC, and all of the existing USTC should be automatically converted into that new token. And at the same time, it's supposed to keep the same contract address. From my perspective, this is one of the most important aspects of the repeg alongside the issue with USTC commission, because if this part of the plan goes wrong, we're going to be in some serious doo-doo. Exchanges aren't going to be happy with us. And then at the same time, even though it automatically changes over, we should coordinate with every single major CEX out there to ensure they support what we're doing in the same way they would support a chain upgrade. Another aspect that's actually not being discussed much is the minting and the burning that's involved in any repeg attempt. A lot of people don't understand when they're writing out these proposals that the word minting is very negative in our ecosystem, and it automatically takes a lot of people back to the crash, and they automatically associate that word with hyper minting, which was seen during the crash. The people who are aiming to repeg USTC, I feel, are very responsible for educating the community on what this kind of minting and burning is versus hyperminting, and that it's two entirely separate things, and it's not going to lead us into a situation where we see hyper minting. Hey guys, I just want to shout out Margex again. This is a no KYC required exchange and you can get started within minutes. Margex is actually available in most countries. They offer up to 100x leverage and some advanced learning tools. It's making it perfect for beginners and advanced traders alike. Plus, they provide top tier liquidity from 12 plus providers. This ensures smooth trading with low fees. Use my link today to sign up, trade instantly, and even claim a bonus. Let's get back to the video, and thanks to Margex for sponsoring the channel this month. So let's boil this repeg down. Regulatory compliance is an absolute must given USTC's history as a security in that recent final judgment. We need to understand the plan also hinges on validators agreeing to a permanent pay cut if it wants to be in any way, shape or form effective as a repeg, and anyone pushing a repeg without trying to bridge those gaps is leading this community into definite failure. Finally, we need to understand that market volatility and asset selection within the CMM is going to be critical to maintaining stability. And yes, you've guessed it, that's probably going to come down to a decentralized governance-based decision. But again, if these hurdles can be overcome, we could see USTC once again become stable and become a vital asset in not only the Terra ecosystem, but in the broader cosmos as well. There is a massive gap in the stablecoin market when it comes to the DeFi sector, and that's why we're seeing the rise of so many of these new stable assets, ranging from your very basic meme coin to people like PayPal and even BlackRock. But what do you guys think about the USTC repeg plan in its current form? Is it the solution we've been waiting for, or are there still too many obstacles in the way? Are these points I've raised here in these videos something we should take note of? Let me know in the comments section below. And aside that, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate you supporting the channel as always. And just stay safe, stay humble, stay aware, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao.